supply and demand. In our industries, we normally look at, or at least from ICR perspective, we look at three pillars. What is the feedstock? We primarily focus on corn, wheat, or grains, let's call it grains. So the second, the largest producer of corn in the world is the US, followed by China, third is Brazil. So obviously there's the feedstock is available there, so the supply is there. Second is we look at policy. If you look around the world, there's biofuels policy that mandates certain percentage to be blended into gasoline. For example, in the US, we have 10%, everybody that puts a gallon of gasoline, there's 10% ethanol in it. In Brazil, the mandate is 27.5%. So the demand is higher. So obviously, you have the feedstock, you have the policy that drives the demand, and there's shortage of supply. The sugarcane fields are, when it comes to agriculture, they have to be retilted or replanted every 7 years. The sugarcane industry has been suffering because they've been highly leveraged, so they don't have the funds to retilt or replant the sugarcane field, so their yields are much lower. And also it's affected by the price of sugar. Currently the price of sugar went up, so a lot of these plants have the possibility, instead of making ethanol, they make sugar, because obviously it brings them more money. So with that said, they'll take the sugarcane and turn it into sugar rather than ethanol, so you have this gap. You have a mandate that you're supposed to blend 27.5% into your gasoline, and yet they don't have the supply of ethanol to meet that. So obviously from our perspective, we have the feedstock because it's the third largest producer of corn, we have the technology, so hence going to Brazil. Now, Brazil comes with its own issues, and whoever has done business in Brazil and is trying to import in Brazil, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I have a few gray hairs here, that's probably because of Brazil. But for us, we go back and again, you look at supply and demand and where we can be successful. Logistics are quite a big issue in Brazil, especially where we're working in, because we're working in the central west part of Brazil. We're not in Sao Paulo, we're out in the, like I said, we go to the remote places where the farms are. So for us, it's a great opportunity. We look to probably somewhat, maybe not to the extent that we've done successfully in the US, but to replicate what we've done based on the amount of corn that is produced, based on the need for ethanol in that country because of their mandate.
All right, let me take one more question, but then I want to leave time for our two guests from the Kansas and U.S. Department of Commerce. So, anyone? We're good? Okay. Thank you, everyone. So I'd now like to introduce Chang Liu, who's with the Kansas Department of Commerce.
Good evening, everyone. Standing up is a much better choice. The high chair and low table is just really awkward. Felt like a test on me, airbags can pop out anytime. Anyway, my name is Chan Liu. I work for the Kansas Department of Commerce as the international trade representative. So I do two things. Number one, we support companies' exporting efforts. Number two, we attract foreign direct investment. So we're helping foreign companies to come to Kansas to establish manufacturing facilities or headquarters. The goal is to create jobs here. Tonight, I came in good faith and free money. And that should get everybody excited. I will talk about, at the state level, what we can do to help you to export. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the state service. Of course, we can help answer your questions, export-related questions. We can help with market research, business partner search, and that's done in Mexico only. We used to have a couple of offices around the world, and unfortunately most of those got shut down. We only have one left in Mexico City. So if you're looking for a potential business partner, that means reseller, importer, distributor, sales agent, we can help you in Brazil. We can help with paying for your trade show expenses. We have a program called the Kansas International Trade Show Assistance Program, KITSAP, K-I-T-S-A-P. With that program, we can provide up to $3,500 or half of your actual cost, whichever is lower. We can provide it twice a year, so that's $7,000 maximum. it has to be a trade show hosted overseas, not within the US. It has to be the first time you're attending the show or introducing a new product. And we also have the Governor's Exporter of the Year award program. Some of you presented or was nominated before. It's a really good marketing tool. Every year we select a couple of companies to come to Topeka, give us a 5 minutes presentation, and then we will select a winner. The governor will come out to your facility, present you with a very nice looking trophy. It's not plastic, it's glass, it's super duper cool. You can take pictures, post on your social media website. It's just a great marketing tool, and it's our way to recognize your contribution to Kansas economy. And we also have a quarterly electronic newsletter called the Global Connections newsletter. It will contain major events, export related in the state, new initiatives we're doing. So it's really a good thing. It's really good newsletter to get. If you want me to add you to the distribution list, make sure you pass me your business card. I think that's about it. I may have forgot something, but luckily my boss is not here either. And there's one more program I'm going to spend most of my time on. It's called the STEP grant. It stands for State Trade and Expansion Program. Now this is the federal grant administered by the SBA. It's a competitive grant program. Every year all 50 states plus territories have to submit their ideas, what we want to do with the money, and the SBA will look it over. You know, this one looks good, you get it. This one's so stupid, and you're not getting it. So again, it's competitive, and every year we have to apply. Luckily, we have it this year, but the grant is only good for 1 year. So if there's anything you want to do, make sure you apply. The purpose for that grant program too. Number one, helping non-exporters to get started. Number two, existing exporters to expand into additional markets. And I'm going to give you a very, very important date, and that's September 29th, 2017. That's the deadline, the last day of the federal fiscal year. So whatever you want to do, you must finish it on or before that deadline. And just repeat after me, September 29th, 2017. And please remember that. With this year, we're supporting 3 groups of activities. Number 1, export training. Number 2, trade shows and trade missions. Number 3, market entrance support. I'm really good at numbers. How many numbers I've given you so far? All right, let's focus on export training first. The first thing we're doing is a program put together by the KSBDC, Kansas Small Business Administration, Kansas Small Business Development Center. They have a program called Reel of the Exporter. It's a day-long program. They go through all the major components associated with exporting. It gives you a very great 10,000 feet overview of the entire export process. That's probably the only program and the best program I'm aware of. The program costs $199, and under our STEP program, we can give you up to $150, 2 people per company maximum. The second program is MEMTEC's Export Tech Training Program. You have to be a manufacturing company for that one. In the end, it's a 3 weeks program, a lot more intensive. They help you to develop an export plan in the end. The program costs about $2,000, and we can provide up to $500, so it's a little bit less. The third one is called individual participation, like the one we're doing right now tonight. As long as the program is export related, we can provide $50 a pop. So, you know, I know some company have applied. Congratulations. For the rest of you, it's too late, unfortunately. But for the next one, you know, please use the money and apply with us. And again, the individual participation, it has to be training offered by our partners, and that includes U.S. Commercial Service, Kansas City office, Wichita office, SBA, Kansas City, Wichita, the World Trade Council of Wichita, the World Trade Center of Kansas City, Greater Kansas City International, okay, I'm not good with acronyms, ITC, International Trade Council of Greater Kansas City, the World Trade Center of Kansas City, and the Kansas Global Trade Services in Wichita. And the last one under training is called Discover Global Markets. That's AJ U.S. Commercial Service Program. This is something new we're doing this year. The U.S. Commercial Service, every year, they will pick a couple of industry topic, and they will select major U.S. metro area. They will bring foreign commercial service officers from all over the world to that destination and talk about and discuss that industry. So this is a great way, very low cost way for you to meet with U.S. commercial service officers from all over the world. And normally it costs about $300 to $400. If you're early bird, you get a lower rate, and we can provide up to $225 per company. Okay, so we concluded export training. The second group is trade shows and trade missions. Trade show number 1, Paris Air Show, and unfortunately we received a lot more applications this year compared with previous years, so we're not actively accepting applications at this point, but we will have a Kansas pavilion at the Paris Air Show. The second thing we're supporting is called International Buyers Program. Again, that's AJ's program. So the commercial service will select major trade shows hosted within the U.S., and they will bring in foreign buyers to those shows. If you're going to a trade show that is certified by AJ's office as International Buyers Program, we can provide up to $300 in airfare. It's lower because it's domestic travel, and $1,500 towards your booth cost, your registration cost. Next one we're supporting is called Certified Trade Fair. Again, AJ's program. Now remember, international buyer is buyer coming in. Certified trade fair is for you to go out. You have to attend a foreign trade show, and we can provide up to a $3,500 in registration and booth cost. Again, the show you want to go to has to be certified as a certified trade fair. If it's not, don't worry about it. We have the KidSat program to pick it up. Okay, now we're going down to trade mission. This year, the state of Kansas, we're planning on 2 trade missions, one going to Mexico, one going to Brazil. That's all the information I have at this point. We're still working on all the details. If you're interested, please give me your card. I'll keep you in the loop. And we're also supporting the U.S. commercial service trade missions. The federal government every year they select maybe industry-specific aviation trade mission to such and such country, or a country-specific U.S. delegation to Brazil, industry-specific. Go onto their website, take a look what's coming up. If you're interested in one of those shows, we can potentially provide up to $2,500 towards your participation cost. Now we're going down to the last category, market entrance support. Now all those programs are designed to help you tap into a market. The first thing we're supporting is website, marketing material, and product label translation. Very specific, 3 things: website, marketing material, that can be your flyer, your promotional material, your product catalog brochure, and then product label. We can provide up to $2,000 per company on that one. And then we have the foreign conformity assistance. So if you need to get a CE marking, you need to get a CCC mark. There's lots of different type of certification requirement. If you need one of those, we can provide up to $1,000 to help you to get that. And then we're supporting AJ's Scope Key Matching Service. That's a business partner search service. The service probably costs about $700, and we can provide up to $800, just in case the cost is higher. We can provide up to $800 in the service fee, and then $1,500 towards your airfare assistance. Next one we have is called International Partner Search. It's the same as the Gold Key, searching partners, but with Gold Key you're required to travel to the foreign country and meet with people AJ has identified. With the International Partner Search, you do not have to travel. With that program, we're supporting up to $600 since there's no travel involved, there's no airfare assistance. Next one we're supporting is called Customized Market Research. Very self-explanatory, up to $400 per search. And then we're supporting International Company Profile. That's just a fancy name for a credit report, business credit report. If you're doing business with a new partner for the first time, you want to know who they really are and what's their financial status at that point. We can use agent service. That one we can support up to $225 per company. And then last one we're supporting is called Initial Market Check. This is a new program for the commercial service. Now, if you always have the idea that such and such country is a great place for you, but you don't really have any any data or any evidence to back it up, AJ's office, they can help you to produce a initial market check report. They'll let you know that's a great idea, you should go, or no, you probably want to look at somewhere else. Now with that one, we can supply up to $325 per search. Now the money we're supporting, if it doesn't cover it 100%, it at least covered probably 80 to 90%. Again, we're trying to provide the maximum we can to help you lower your cost. Now there are a couple of major points I have to cover. I know as small business owners, you're all very resourceful and creative, but when you apply to our grant, please don't be too creative. Number one, you have to be a Kansas company. You have no idea how many companies from other states call me and try to establish a link to Kansas. That does not work. You have to be a company registered in Kansas. Number two, your product has to be made in Kansas or value added in Kansas. You cannot be an export service provider. So if you are a freight forwarding company, I'm sorry, you're excluded from this program. You have to comply with SBA's small business size requirement. That's a very important one. If you go onto our website, it's kansascommerce.gov/STEP, STEP. We have a link to the SBA site, and you can go on there, punch in your NAICS code. It will show you the requirements. You can qualify by number of employees, or you can qualify by revenue. So there are some flexibility. You cannot be in any trouble with federal agencies. You have to be in business for not less than 1 year. And you also have to be able to demonstrate a good understanding of exporting, and you have to have an export plan either on paper or in your head. As long as you tell me you do have a plan, good enough for me. Again, everything, all the dollar amount I talked about, all of those will come in as post-activity reimbursement. So you have to pay first, give us the receipt, and we can reimburse you. And the last most important thing to remember is you have to apply and get approved before you do it. If you just went ahead and do it and give me a receipt, that would not work. Okay? I'll stay behind a little bit longer. If you have any questions, please come and ask me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Chang, before you sit down, what's the best way to get a hold of you? How do we contact you?
You can always email me or call me on my cell. I do travel quite a bit. My cell number is 913-515-8541. Again, that number is 913-515-8541. Leave me a message. But you can always call me or email me.
All right, well, thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
AJ, you want to come up and give us a little flavor for the commercial service?
Okay, I'm the last speaker of the night. I'm the only thing between you and the door. All right, I am from the federal government, and I'm here to help. Some of you out there work with me. I'm helpful. I don't have any money. Lou's got money. I don't have any money. But a lot of the money that Lou does have, we'll go ahead and help pay for some of the stuff that I do. We are a small federal government agency. We're housed within the U.S. Department of Commerce. And our mission is to help U.S. companies to export. Primarily how we help them export is by helping them find reps and distributors overseas. We have offices all across the U.S. We have offices in probably 70 plus countries. Where we don't have offices overseas, we usually work with the State Department. As Lou mentioned, we have what we call a partner search if you're unable or unwilling to travel overseas. To help you find a rep or distributor. If you're willing to travel overseas, we can set up face-to-face meetings for you, help you set up hotel, help you set up your driver, help you set up a interpreter, and you do a debriefing with the U.S. officer after those meetings to make sure that they're on point and that they're what you're looking for. If you get stuff stuck in foreign customs, something gets shipped to a wrong country, wrong paperwork, we can help you get it out of foreign customs. If you have a overdue receivable overseas, we can help you try to get paid. If you have a new distributor in a foreign market and you want to announce that, hey, we're here in the market, we're ready to do business, we can help you put on a program called a single company promotion to help you launch your new product or service in that market. We do go ahead and do deep background checks on potential partners. We also go ahead and do free checks on partners, kind of cursory checks. We help you go ahead and connect with good trade bankers, good freight forwarders. We help go ahead and make introductions for export financing through SBA and EXIM. We'll help go ahead and introduce you to EXIM for receivables insurance or private sector insurance, things like that. If you're going to be in a foreign country, either visiting a current distributor at a trade show, something like that, and you would like a briefing on your industry from one of our people, I can go ahead and set up a free meeting for you at the embassy or consulate, get you a briefing about what's going on in the industry. We go ahead and provide country research, industry research. We go ahead and do custom research, things like that. I think that's about it. I'm trying to keep it short. I have business cards with me, or the number is 263-4067 or andrew.anderson@trade.gov.
Great, thank you very much.
Great.
And we will have a brief concluding remark by our illustrious
Thanks for moderating wonderful meeting. I don't want to take too much time. I just want to use this as a, where is it? Oh, here it is. You have the selection. You can give the rest, okay? Because they help you. I'll give you the very first one, which is the most important, which is the gold standard you have kept. And we expect you to do the same or much better than the next one, which is swell delegation. It might be very difficult, okay?
I'll do my best.
I should warn you. Because diplomats talk a different language. Now, where is yours?
I'm not worthy.
Excuse me. Well, I've already thanked you.
Your thanks is enough. I don't need a piece of paper. It's okay.
Don't worry, somebody here.